why do I think that the new Iranian leadership would be having an urge to have a nuclear weapon than ever before? Well, there are solid reasons behind that. First, Iran as a country has never attacked any other country in the last 150 years. But Iran itself, within the span of 10 months, it has been attacked twice. First time back in the June 2025, when there were negotiations going on in Oman. In the midst of negotiations, Israel attacked Iran, and that went on for 12 days. On the last day, uh, the US bombed Iranian nuclear sites. And after that, Trump came forward on Truth Social and posted that the Iranian nuclear program has been completely obliterated and it has been pushed back for decades. But just after 8 months, once again, on the pretext of that, the Iran is just weeks away from building a nuclear weapon. The Israel and US once again attacked Iran. Well, the question here is that what happened to that claim that was made by Trump that the Iranian nuclear program has been completely obliterated? It has been pushed back for decades. So that means that Trump proved himself as a liar. So this time, the assault was severe. The Iranian infrastructure was severely hit by the US and Israelis. Iran, in return, also reacted with a strong force. It hit the Gulf states, which were providing bases to the Americans and Israelis. It hit Dubai, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, and also Israel. This went on for 5 weeks, and by the end of fifth week, we had a truce mediated by Pakistan. Um, and then we had talks in Islamabad. Those talks were futile. And then there was another round of talk expected to happen, but that did not happen as per the plan. So, as currently we there's a standoff between the U.S. and Iran. There's a blockade. There's a complete blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. Iranians have their own blockade, and Americans do have their blockades of the Iranian ports. So this is having severe consequences for the global economy. So the point is, who blinks first? Is it will it be President Trump or the Iranian? Well, this war is highly unpopular within the U.S. This war within just 5 weeks has cost billions of dollars to the American economy. Some estimates says that the war cost $1 billion per day, so roughly $35 billion for 5 weeks. So that's a huge amount of money, and also the depleting munitions. That's another concern. If there's a war, if in case of a future war with the China or Russia, that can be really problematic. So yeah, Iranian are willing to talk on their nuclear program. But at the same time, the new leadership would be having an urge to have nuclear weapons at some stage. They know that they have been attacked twice within just 10 months. And then they have other examples. They have example of Ukraine. Ukraine has been attacked twice. Ukraine was a nuclear state once when it gave up its nuclear program back in 90s. The security assurances were provided by major powers. It included Russia. Despite those assurances, Ukraine has been attacked twice. First time back in 2014, and then in 2022. Iran has an example of the Venezuela's president Nicolas Maduro, who was kidnapped by the Trump administration. If Venezuela had the nuclear weapon, would Trump still attack Venezuela or kidnap Maduro? I highly doubt that. So the Iranian leadership must have these considerations in their mind, and they would be thinking of building a nuclear weapon or bomb at some stage, because they see that as a security guarantee, as and as a deterrent. They